Okay, welcome everyone to Table Talk. Today, I'm kind of nervous because I've never done this before, like this. And then today will be me and Anna, and then Cindy's behind the camera. Hello.
Hello, everyone. I'm behind the camera today.
So, because a lot of people ask questions about bags, and then because Christmas is coming soon, so we want to make sure we cover this before you start making your gifts. And Anna at the end will demonstrate a little bit of what you're most afraid of.
I prepared to show two bags, how to make them. They're just a tad different, but
You're very well prepared.
No, not really, but we'll win it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So, do you want to show what
I
you
have a project that I just finished over the weekend. So I'll just show that, and kids should be ready by, well, probably by the time this airs, they should be ready, unless it airs tomorrow.
No, next week. I'm not that quick.
And I forgot to grab the pattern, but Emerald will link it. So this is just takes 12 fat quarters and a background, and it was pretty quick to make. So, I don't know. And why I'm showing this is because I did something for today from the leftover scraps. I always save my scraps.
I have to show my favorite print in this collection, which is
adorable.
this here. Oh my goodness, like a little mouse, little bear on a bike. Just so sweet.
Yeah. But yeah, I love making this, and I did change something in the pattern. Like they have these strips to end this size, but those were supposed to be wider, and for me just
You like it better this way?
So I made them all skinny, but the fabric in the pattern will have the option to do it like the pattern, and I'll provide directions, which is just the cutting of the width of the strips that is changed. But yeah, so
Sweet.
Is this the Emmy Smart? Is that the pattern?
No, it's a Villa Rosa card pattern.
Okay.
So yeah, pretty easy. Actually, I'm gonna make more of this pattern.
That's a really good pattern, isn't it?
Yeah, and prints. Yeah. And like I said, it went pretty quick. So, but that's my finish since last time I was here.
Man, you're quick. That was like 2 weeks ago.
That's easy.
Well, you will see that bag, and then you will see what Anna makes.
This bag came out, what was it, Thursday?
Friday.
I think it was Thursday. It was my day off. She sent me a link to this pattern, and I was already in my sewing room when I got it. So I'm like, well, what do I have? So I put some scraps. I had the ribbon, and it really is just. She was impressed how quick it was, but
it was like 20 minutes.
It's so easy. It's a square that you get two squares, and you stitch them, right sides together. You stitch them around, you flip them in top stitch, then you fold the corners down and you stitch them so you can insert your ribbon. And then when you pull your ribbon, you get your pouch. So.
Did you make a bigger one? Did you end up?
I wanted to, but actually my scrap was what they were asking on the pattern. So, but I was like, if you have a 10-inch square, like from your stackers or layer cakes, whatever's left, I think it asked for 8.5-inch square. But yeah, you can make it bigger because this maybe have 2 small candies in there or something. It's very
It would be darling
tiny.
you could even, with a small ribbon, hang it on a Christmas tree.
Yeah, you can.
Put little gifts
like
in it.
Yep, you totally can. But
yeah, so this is a Moda free pattern, and then we'll link it.
Yep. So I did that.
I did that.
But do you want to talk about what you've made?
Yes. Because I want to cover. I want to cover about people asking the fusible that we use, and like how does it look like when you have different fusible in it. So we don't. Some of
interfacings, right? So do you want me to get those? I'll get those in.
Oh yeah.
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 Oh, you
Thank
brought
you.
them.
I brought them. So, okay. So this bag, this is just it's probably not a bag. It doesn't have a zipper. I don't
It's
know.
what,
A basket, whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. And then I end up using probably the wrong fusible I have to use. It's
I don't think so.
very stiff. It's a little harder to sew, but it's not impossible as long as you take care of your seams. So
Oh, so this one you
That one?
Yeah,
cut
I
it
used.
shorter to be inside your seam allowance.
Yeah,
Then
so
you
then
don't
you
sew
don't have-
over it.
yes,
And is that Peltex, Emerald?
this is Peltex.
Yes,
This is
yeah.
the 72 two-sided, and they are stiffer. Sometimes they have two sides, sometimes they have one side. I use the two-sided. It just stands well, but you don't need to use this. You can just use
You
the
probably can use
fusible
the
fleece.
soft and stable,
Yeah, that's
and you'll
enough.
be totally fine
Yeah.
with it.
You can use the soft. What do you call this? The
Flex foam
Flex
or
foam.
soft and stable, depending on who's manufacturing it.
Yeah. And so then you can see this one that was the pattern was designed by Minky King, but yeah, the pattern asked for this, and this is a thicker fusible, but
And
it's very
it
easy to
stands
sew,
out.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, this it's used in this bag and it's used in this.
The bottom.
Yeah, the bottom. It's used in that. And I think lately in most bag makings, this is very common too.
Yeah.
Because it keeps its shape, you can wash it and it won't deform, or I don't know.
It looks thick, but it's not hard to sew at all. And then a lot of time the pattern will ask you to quilt it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
think
think you
that's a
didn't
fun
quilt
part.
it the bottom and it
No.
still stay.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to. It depends.
So yeah, they're pretty easy, and a lot of time we just use the fusible fleece. A lot of
Yes.
bags just use that.
That's what's used in those, and it's really like especially for this type of pouches, the fusible, it depends on what structure you want, because this can be made without even putting any fusible in them. But you know, they probably won't stand up on their own, but will have the same function. So it depends. If you want them displayed, you probably want to put something that it will give them shape. If you don't, you don't have to bother with fusible.
Did you put fusible fleece, Emerald, in the little tiny mini one you did
I
there?
did.
It's so cute.
So like you can bring this on your airplane. I just bring my earplug and stuff.
Oh, that's something. Yeah, for earplugs. Okay.
So cute.
I love this fabric.
And I gotta show that fabric.
Did you use Amy Smart's pattern?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Cute
Amy
little
Rooney.
Amy
Santas.
Rooney.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry. So yeah. Is that the same one?
No, this one, it's actually Camille Rose Cayley Timber Blossoms. She released this one. And believe it or not, this is the same pattern.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, but you
I just did unbox the top of the bag.
Oh.
And it's like, I've always wanted to do it, but you know, never found the time until Emerald say, hey, we're doing bags on Monday. And I'm like, okay. So, and this is like leftover scraps from that quilt. I just had some strips and I evened them, and I end up having some end up 2 inches, some 2 1/4. So I sewed them together, and you know, I needed something more after I put those strips together, and I put this, which it ended up just being in the bottom, which I don't know.
Cute.
I just put my strips together, and I have enough strips from the lighter fabrics probably to make another one. One of the blocks, you only use one of the part, and it was perfect for the lining. For the other back, I might need to find something else to line it. But
I think that's
yeah, all this was just left over from the quilt, and I ended up making a baggie, which I think it turned out cute. I don't know.
cute.
I like it.
yeah. I think that's a
So-
good part of a simple pattern, because you can just start playing with it your own.
And like this one, the pattern comes with, you either can do like one charm pack, mini charm, would do those two with some yardage, or if you use the whole charm pack, the squares will go on the side too. So it's like you really can do anything and everything. Like a couple weeks ago when I was here, I showed you guys how to cut with that stripology ruler, and that was part of it, what I cut.
Oh,
So I
I
just, pieced those strips that I cut together. I pieced that was left over from the backing of the quilt, and it wasn't big enough, so I sewed it in the middle to get me a piece big enough. And this is left over from the binding that I put on top. So it's like, that's why I struggle with scraps. I actually collect scraps from the garbage here. People throw it away, and I'm like, no, that's coming home with me. And then you can do stuff like that because there is no scrap small enough not to do something with it.
Our scraps is pretty big enough for you to finish a bag.
Yeah, and it's
enough,
like
I
we
think.
usually
I like it.
put scrap bags, and if it's not big enough to go in the scrap bin, it comes home with me.
That's nice. We want to show these.
I want to show,
Okay.
some of these cute little
Oh, yeah.
zipper pulls.
Yes,
Which you
I think
can-
they're new. Huh? Some of them are.
Some of them are
just
new,
came out.
fairly new.
Oh, these
See,
sewing
that Christmas
motions.
one will be cute to attach it to this.
Oh yeah, and then
So-
sewing machine, and then probably my snowman with
Oh,
my
yeah.
Santa to go.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
cute.
So I think they're just very easy because some of zipper pulls are like mine. It's sometimes it's harder for some people. It's just too small for you to pinch it to open.
You have a
it.
zipper pull on this
Yes.
Nantucket back,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yes, the non-tucket zipper
Yeah.
pull. Another thing I learned from, I can't remember who did it, but I was doing a pouch, and if you're using a long enough zipper and you have leftover, you can cut the tape out of it and then just tie the zipper coils, and that becomes a zipper pull. So you can make them from fabric too.
Yes.
But, yeah, but those are so cute. So
Yeah, they
why
are
wouldn't
so
you do
cute.
those?
Like this Christmas one. Okay,
Um,
and I use this also the bag. This is the project bag that you
Yeah,
taught us
it's like
to
so
make.
cute making it like small.
And then you have different things you can mix up with your bags. And then for this one, we have a free pattern. So when you come in the store, you can scan it. I think I just use what do you call that? Just
The
a
shape
simple,
flex?
yeah,
Shape
shape
flex.
flex. It's very easy to use. It's woven, so
Yeah, it's
I don't
kind of
think
like
it's
a
anything
fabric,
yeah,
but
you can
fuse
feel
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just
So-
fuse it. And so, can I show these ones as well? So this one uses a shape flex as well. And
So
it
cute.
just, thank you. It just really depends on how you want your bag to
Yeah.
shape out. How you
Emerald,
want it
what
to
did you
stand.
use? Tell them about the fabric you used for these,
Oh,
for
these.
that bag.
So this is the making panels, and then I cannot get over how cute it is. I saw some of the project bags she makes, and then let me show you. I used some scraps I cut out,
Oh my word.
and then her collection.
Those are pieced
yeah,
little
yeah.
squares. So
I'm
cute.
not like perfect at it,
So
It's so
cute.
cute.
but I like yeah. And then let's see inside a little bit. So we'll give you all these patterns when all these panels are done by me. Yeah. I'm still struggling a little bit. And so they can see the inside. It's not hard to make. All these panels, they will come with a free pattern later on.
Awesome.
Just attach a link to.
Cute.
Okay. And then the last one we want to show is this using this pattern. A lot of you guys probably already bought.
Yeah.
We have
So
sold so
impressive.
many of that
Yeah.
pattern since, yeah.
They are great for, I don't know, anything you want to use.
Well, especially now at Christmas, you can make use Christmas fabric and then
Uh-huh.
put some candy, even store-bought candy,
And I just give
and
it.
just give it away.
I
It's
know.
like
You don't even have to sew zippers. That's a
Yeah.
good part. Yeah.
And that comes in, that's the small size,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
this is the smallest, and then it has a medium and large, and yeah, it just really depends on how many squares you have. You can make how big you want. This use a decor bond. decor bun stands up really well. It can stand up. You can see it holds by itself. And decor bun is, I don't know if I have it on hand. I don't have.
But we
I
have
cannot
it, yeah.
find it.
Decor bun. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the good part is, like, after you iron it, it just stands up. So all these are different options you have about your fusible. You can come into the store and just take a look. Some of them are soft, but then when you iron it, just like this, it stands up. So
And usually if you're not sure, you know, or first you kind of have to build experience to decide for your own which one you want to use. Most patterns usually tell you what you need to use.
yeah,
So, you know, kind of find what the pattern says, you know, try different things. And once you've used couple, you can decide for yourself what you want to do.
Let's talk a little bit about zippers. So
Zippers.
sometimes a bag will say it takes a 7-inch zipper.
You don't have to use a 7-inch zipper. You can, you can use like I love the Biani zippers because they're so easy. Like I should have brought my cut ones to show, but
So that one has one tab,
yeah,
but
that
the other
one has one tab, but like it's a 24-inch zipper, and it has one thing. So let's say like you mentioned, you need 7-inch zipper. I'll cut this one to the 7-inch and use that pull, but I won't throw away the rest of the 18, 17 inches, whatever. I'm not good at that, but I won't throw the rest of it
because
but yep, they sell zipper pulls, and usually you can find a color to match this, but
It's
you don't
fun.
have to.
Yeah, it's fun to do a
You can totally
contrast.
change it. If you go on Biani.com, she has a whole, I don't know, maybe 30-minute tutorial on zippers. You can separate these zippers on two, and you can separate this one, and you can mix and match, and you can put different color pull, and just you can have so many different options with them. But yeah, and most bags actually, they want you to use a longer zipper because sometimes it's easier to attach it to your bags when you have the long tails, and
you can cut it.
Yeah, and then you end up
shape
cutting it, or like with you, sometimes the patterns leave a tail.
Yeah.
And you don't have to cut it, but like, yeah. And those zippers even come to 40, 45, or Biani have them by the yard too, but we don't usually carry them. But Sallie Tomato has this by the yard, which since I kind of do bags on a whim, I don't necessarily plan making bags, but sometimes, hey, let's make a bag today. I like to keep stuff like that at my house, so I don't have to, like, when I decide to make a bag, I have to go to the store to get me supplies. So these are 3-yard length, but it comes with 9 zipper pulls, and you also can buy separate. This one, it's 10 yards, and it looks like you need to buy your zipper pulls separately. But if you get into bag making, it's so nice to have stuff like that because you always have it on hand and you don't have to. And those ones, they come with a different color tape, but also they come with different color teeth. So I think the white comes in many different.
It has a multicolor one as well.
Yes,
right?
kind of a rainbowy
Like a
one.
rainbow, yeah.
Yes, and also the Sallie zippers, they look like this is metal zipper, but it's not.
It's
plastic.
Oh, so it won't work very hard out of your
It's like
scissors.
It works like any other nylon zipper, but it has the look of a metal.
Okay, I like
So
that.
that's I think that's kind of cool.
And then I like they come up with these colors. It's a little wash away.
And so the smaller zippers there,
Yeah, those are just those are kind of the regular
use
zippers. Yeah, but they're fun, and that's what I used on my bags.
And then this is what Anna is talking about. When you have a longer zipper, you don't have to deal with this end. You don't have to worry about sewing across or like when you're on the way, when this is on the way. When you have a longer zipper, you just cut it and then it works fine with your sewing machine and your scissors. That's the part you.
I will show in the video later, but like sometimes, like for this bag, I cut the zipper, and usually you cut it half an inch smaller than your fabric, because you know when you sew it, you don't sew the zipper, but you can put those tabs on it to finish it off.
So you just sew across that thing.
And it's plastic, so I don't even, with this one, I don't even slow down. I don't know. Probably in the video I will break a needle because I said that, but you know.
Don't jinx it.
But there is many ways to do zippers, and I think in all those bags we're seeing, zippers are actually very easy to do.
Yeah, on these ones.
It's not any different than just putting two fabrics together and sewing a straight line.
Yeah. Because you're not having to need to cover your zippers, which we were talking about in clothing. You have to cover up your zipper. That's a hard part. And you do
some weird stuff to do that.
So this is the same. Like you just put two fabric across your zipper, and then that's very easy.
And a lot of them, it's like part of the design, having that contrasting color zipper, or can just add to it.
Yes, it does. I don't think I have anything really. Well, these ones, I guess I should have them dusted before I came, are by Knot and Thread, and the zipper looks, well, it doesn't look hard, and it's not hard. And I think Shelly kind of on one of her table talks, she showed, you know, how to do, but this is one straight piece open. And you use zippers by Annie, and you actually separate the zipper.
So you like,
and you only you only use one of the parts, and you put it on the straight thing, and then you fold it, and then you put your zipper pull back on, which is very easy to do on these ones. And so how you do it, you just pretty much, you know, you just sew straight line. And I have a machine foot that it's skinnier, so I don't even, for my machine, I don't even have to use a zipper foot to do it. But it really, that depends on your machine, and machines usually they come standard with the zipper foot on them. So either way, but yeah, the hardest thing might be just changing your fit on your machine to do, but it's very easy.
Still, like listening to you talk about this pattern is like magic.
Yeah. And I'm glad that Sandy brought this back, because if I, like on this back, if I have a choice of steps to do, I'll pick the zipper over doing the binding on this inside. It's like, zippers are so easy on bags that's what I like. If I'm given a step to pick, I'll pick the zipper before I do the binding on this.
And I
one.
like the color zipper you chose on this.
Oh yeah, I did.
So it is part of the design.
When I was picking fabrics, I wanted to, you know, I like the canvas with the stamps, but I wanted to put some like kind of something funky, and any of the fabrics we picked, it didn't work. So I ended up doing the navy handles, but I really wanted some orange.
Yeah, something that'll pop.
So I did pick the orange zipper, and that kind of brought that.
Which matches your fabric on the ends.
Yeah, and the panels were kind of was a mistake. I miscut my pieces for the sides, so I was one piece short, and I'm like, well, I got two fat quarters, and I'll add more orange. So
and that's
what I did.
Here
just on the sides. But you know, you can just, sometimes mistakes are good.
Because I like
it.
It looks intentional. I like that that stripe under the pocket. That's cute.
So it's like, I don't know.
Okay, what are we going to give away today?
We're gonna give away this bag. I know it doesn't look like a bag yet, but it will be by the time this airs.
So watch
Actually,
the end.
by the end of this day, it will be a bag.
And I will
So-
give away the bag she sewed. And then
Yep.
you don't have to sew. So,
Yeah.
or you can just bring it home and then just figure out how you can sew.
Another thing before we go to the demo I wanted to mention. It's like for all of those bags, you can buy a pattern to make one. You can look tutorials.
The size can differ, but the technique's going to still be
Yeah,
the same.
yeah, thank
once
you.
you've learned the
That's what I was
technique.
trying to say.
Yeah,
But
and
yeah,
then-
once you learn the technique, like I said, she was showing at one piece, I added darker on the bottom. Like this one, the Nantucket ones, you know, the pattern is made with squares. You know, you can do patchwork. I had strips, so I did strips. You can do it from one piece, like this one, it's bigger squares. It's like really use, if you have scraps, go for whatever you please to, what you like, and I don't know. Just follow the pattern, and that's why first time make it like it says if you're not familiar, but then after that,
You'll
you know,
figure
you
it out.
just, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be using this pattern, and like I mentioned already, I've changed how I piece the top, but in the end I had the same piece, and we're gonna finish it like it shows it here with the box corners on top, which those are the ones that are cut right now. And let's see, let's do it. Okay, and then we're gonna attach the zipper. Okay, so the zipper, the pattern asks for 11 or 14-inch zipper, which you can see that's way too big for what you need, but it helps to put the bag together when you sew it. And the pattern, usually you do right sides together, so the right side of the zipper with the right side of the fabric.
Yeah.
You kind of, when you have the longer zipper, unless like me, you want to save zipper, you can, when you get experience, you know, you can do it shorter, but for now, we'll just center it and we'll stitch it. And like I mentioned, you might need to use your zipper foot for this. With what I have, my foot, which is my Bernina, I use the 97D, and the D, it's just because I have the walking foot, so I think any 97 will work. And you just stitch 1/4 of an inch. I think it's 1/4 of an inch, but at least that's what my zip, I follow the 1/4 inch in my,
Just on the edge.
yeah, and that's usually 1/4 of an inch. So you stitch your, and usually I've always like have done, then you flip the seam allowance down, and I always have stop stitched from the outside, but I learned from Annie, it's like if you stitch your zipper just a tad, you know, your fabric not showing, then you can do it from this side and top stitch it,
Ooh.
and that's gonna hide your raw edges.
Yeah.
And by Annie, oh, when I'm saying Annie, I mean, you know, by Annie bags or whatever.
Yeah, the
who
brand.
is the right name for it, but I think it's just called by Annie. And that's how hard it was installing the zipper. I'm sorry, I almost forgot that people actually don't like it, because that's what you get, and it's, you just sew straight. And then what's helpful with your long zipper, now you can open it. And well, okay, so I have experience so I don't pin or like, and these ones are hard to pin. So you can use binding clips. So if you need something to hold it together, and when you're touching the other side, you still want the right side of the fabric with the right side of your zipper.
Yeah.
You know, you can use binding clips to hold that in place for you. And with the longer zipper, I didn't even have to move my zipper pull because usually that gets in the way of the stitching.
Yes. And that's probably the only hard part.
Yeah. But when you're using longer zippers, you can just open it out of the way. Well, I'm holding the wrong part. Want to make sure it's gonna end up even. So I should be holding this while I'm unzipping it. So I'll start on the right spot for it. But if you use your clips, you know, you'll be fine. And you pretty much do the same thing. And like I said, if you keep your zipper tape just a smidge over your fabric, then you'll get the no raw edges around your zipper.
So you're still following the guide on your right side. Okay.
Yes. And I do like to hold my zipper tape close because sometimes the coils will make it shift one way or another.
Yeah.
Probably you don't have that issue if you're using a zipper foot. I don't know, maybe.
I just have one, yeah. Usually you just have one holding one side, one foot holding down.
And again, we're gonna fold that over. And like I said, we'll just stitch it on the opposite side. So we'll
hide the raw edges.
Yeah, and I really stitch it like very close to the end. I don't think even it's 1/8 of an inch. But and see, when your zipper it's kind of big, you have nothing getting on your way. If it was smaller, this would have been like really coming close.
Oh yeah, you'll have a really narrow.
Yeah. Zipper. From now on, you pretty much treat it like
the rest is just straight lines. Yeah.
So that's what you got for your zipper. That's where the tabs are. So when you hold the tab, you can zip your bag. So
voila.
Yep. So
this is the giveaway this week.
So that's it.